Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Dilip. In the previous video, we looked at a business problem of managing issues and how issues become tedious when you have high inventory. And issue tracking was a solution that we wanted to build. So throughout the series, we are going to try and build an issue tracking system. Today, we are going to take a look on Power App Studio and get familiar with it. If you have never opened Power App, it is okay. The video is designed for complete beginner, and by the end of it, you will understand the interface and we'll even try to build a landing page for our application. So let's get started. Let me go and type in make.powerapps.com and then I will be into the interface like this. This is the Power App homepage where you can create, manage, and maintain your application. And if you click on create, there are several options. There are templates which you can utilize or you can create from blank. Each of these options has its own purpose. For example, if you already have a data in your SharePoint or OneDrive, our apps can generate an application utilizing that. Templates are really useful if you need a quick starting point for your common business scenario like a project tracker or a leave application. These like common scenario, there will be a template available. Go ahead and utilize it. That can give you a good starting point. And then you can build upon it by modifying the color, the form controls, the way access is going to be managed. Those are something which you can do from the template. However, throughout this series, our goal is not just to build an application. We want to understand every step involved so that in future you can build your own business solution. And that's why we will start from blank canvas app. It will give us the complete control over design, layout, and overall user experience. And that is one of the biggest strengths of our apps. So think of Canvas app like a blank PowerPoint slide where nothing is defined, right? It's completely blank. You go there and drop header, the text or the tables. Similarly on Canvas, when nothing is predefined, you decide where every button go, you decide where every label appear, you decide how users are going to navigate through the application, and you decide the overall experience, how it's going to look like. And that is why the Canvas apps are so popular for building internal business application such as leave management or issue tracking, because the important advantage that we get is we get to decide how an application will be accessed and what users are allowed to see and what action they can perform. This helps organization to protect sensitive business information while still providing colleagues or users with the tools that they need to do their work. So let's go ahead and click on the create button from the left, and I get something like options like this. So we are going to create from blank. When I do that, again, I get three options: responsive, tablet, and phone. Now, responsive is something where your application is going to adjust according to the user's device. So it can adjust to phone, tablet, or desktop. Tablet, your aspects are locked, and phone, if you're designing an app for the mobile phone experience, then you will click. So for now, let's click on tablet for simplicity. And once we do that, you will see the canvas on or the Power App Studio on the screen. So we're waiting for it to load. Go ahead and see. All right. So let me click on skip button. Now here we have the Power App Studio. Before we start building anything, it's important to understand where everything is, right? So on the left, you will find the tree view. Every screen, every control you add to your application will appear here. As your application grow, the tree view becomes an easiest way to navigate through between different screens and controls. In the center, we have the canvas, and this is where we will build our application. Whatever you place here is exactly your user will get to see on the app. On the right side, you will find the properties panel. Whenever you select any control such as button or a label, this panel will display its property, and then you can edit. And instead of writing formula for every small change, many settings like text, color, fonts, alignment can be configured directly from the property panel. Also, on the top, you will notice the formula bar, and this is the most important part of the Power Apps. This is where you will write formulas that control how your application behaves. And we will spend plenty of time throughout this series. By the end of it, you will be comfortable using it. You will also notice a ribbon on the top that gives quick access option like if you see here, save, preview. Right, let me exit preview. Okay. Also here we have insert, add data, new screen. So these are the top ribbon which gives you quick access to insert many of uh, many of the forms or the controls that you need throughout the app. So we are going to regularly utilize these for building the application. So let me go ahead and try a build the landing page for our application. And the key thing would be to making sure naming the screens, the controls that you're going to utilize so that you understand what screen it is, and it becomes easier for you to manage once you have layers and layers of screens and the form controls or the controls that you have installed. So for now, our blank screen is known as landing, and we are going to go to the top ribbon, click on insert, and we are going to utilize a text label here. For the text label, let's go ahead and rename it to header because that's what we are doing it. So I have selected the label control on the right panel. I have text, so let's rename this text as issue management portal. That's what we are going to name it. And then I can always adjust the style. So whatever style I'm comfortable, I can utilize that. See that? I can adjust the font size also. Let's make it 40. Okay, now let's align the text to center. Let's scroll down, and the position of this label is at 40 pixel, right? So let's go ahead and make it 0 and 0 for Y, and that goes there. The width, because we want our header to be going across the screen, so either we can enter the number if you know it, or we can just do a simple formula in the formula bar, which is parent dot width, and it will adjust to the width of the screen. For the height, now we don't want to do it parent dot height because it will cover the entire screen, but we are trying to build a header. So let's make it 100 pixel. Depending on your use case, you can always pick the height of the portal, or sorry, the header. We have this, but it is blending in with the screen, right? So we want to create a difference. For that one, we'll select the label control and then go to the top left here. Again, we get the property control from here. Also click on the drop down and select fill. Now there are two ways. First is color, so I can color dot dark blue. That's something which I can do it, or I can use a hex formula. For that, first let's go to another website and scroll which color we want to utilize. Let's say we are going to utilize, so we are going to copy this hex code, then come back to the app, go to the formula bar and type this formula color value, then hex code. Let me code, close the formula, and there you go. We have our own custom color for our header. If I want, I can either utilize this black, and or I can change this to white. So for that one, again, there are multiple ways. One of the easiest way would be to keep selecting the header control and then click on the color property here and then select white. There you go. So we have our header, and I can always click on preview button to see how it looks. Right, it looks nice and clean, so we will move forward. What I want to do is I also want to give two options for user to select, because that's what we are trying to build. So we click on button and we'll just drag it here. Let me just adjust the height and width. Okay, so we have one button. Let me copy this and paste. Simple. I have two buttons on the screen. Adjust the. Alright, so now we have two buttons. Let's go ahead and customize more. So I have selected one button one and clicked on the property, and let's rename it as submit new issue. So it will display this text that we have written. Also, let's rename this as submit button, submit one new, right? And the second one, let's rename that all issues. I remember which button is which one. We have to change the text property of the second button. So let's go ahead and change all submitted issues, right? Okay. We're giving these two options to the user. Now it looks okay. If I click on preview button, I see the button doesn't do anything yet because we haven't defined it, but we do have a header at the buttons. Let's go ahead and adjust more by clicking here. I want to give a footer also. So let's go ahead and insert another label. Scroll down at the bottom, keep it here. Let's rename it footer. That's it. Right. And I am going to adjust the height and width of this, align it, and then drag it to the entire screen. Okay, now for the text, I can do either hello, and there you go, right? But this is a static one, so let's personalize it and keep it dynamic. We are going to utilize a formula which is concatenate, and for that, what we are going to do is we're going to utilize a text which is welcome, then use comma, then use, because we want to give space between the words, so we're going to utilize this, and here we're going to use a function from Power Apps which is user, close the parenthesis, use a dot, and it will give you what option you can utilize. We want to display the name instead of email address, so we're going to utilize full name and close the parentheses, and there you go. So now it says welcome Dalit Kumar. So whosoever the user will be, it will display their name. So it will look like something personalized for that user experience. Now let's go further and install a image control and drag it at the bottom here and adjust the height. Okay. Now for the height, we have now we have selected, go to the formula bar and let's type again user and then dot image. This will display their image at the bottom right. Now the footer is designed, but it doesn't look different than the white background that we have. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to the formula bar of the header and copy the fill property, come back here, go to the fill property of the footer, scroll up, and we're going to make it in this similar color. There you go. Now let's go ahead and change the font color to white. That's it. Now we have our landing page, and see the position of the buttons slightly not in the center, so let's try and adjust that. Let's keep it somewhere here, and let's click on the preview button. Now it shows our app that we have two options. The only thing is that this blue button, right? So let's make it align with the design language. We're going to copy the color formula. We'll go select both the button, go to fill property and change. Right, there you go. Now what I'm going to do is also, because when we hover, so we're going to change the hover property. Hover means when, let me show you. If you click on play button, if you hover, this is turning into a blue color, right? So we don't want to do that. Let's adjust it. Let's go here and let me take this darker one. I have copied a different code. I select these two, go to, then find the hover. Well, there you go. And we are going to change the hover fill to, let's do this. Either simply I can delete this, type color value, copy paste. Right, let's use the formula. Did I miss something? Yes. Formula is removed. All right. Now let's hit the play button. Now it changes to a darker theme, right? So that's what we wanted to achieve. So our design language looks clean and uniform across the screen. So we have the name of the label. Let's name the image also. Footer image. So I know where this is. I can collapse this. There you go. And the preview button shows something like this. So there you go. We have our landing page for our application. Let me go ahead and save it so I can name it issue tracker or issue portal, depending how you want to name it. Click on save button. That will save your application. All right. So finally, we have created our first Canvas app, explored Power App Studio, and built the landing page for the application that we are going to work. In the next video, we are going to talk about SharePoint. We can consider that as a brain of the application where you will store every issue, every update, every status change. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in the part 3.